Hello, everybody. I'm coming at you with something of a quick tip today. This is an impromptu, unscheduled recording, but I wanted to address a question that I get asked a fair amount, and that is either what can I do about mumbling? How can I make my words clear, be a little bit better understood? Or for those who don't speak English as their first language, who might speak a couple of other languages on top of that, how do I deal with my accent so that people can understand me better when I am speaking in English? First up, let me say that I actually love accents. I love hearing them. They tell people's story, they show people's personality, but it is true that you need to make sure that people can still at least understand what you're saying. So today's tip is not just for people who speak languages other than English, it's actually for anybody who needs to enunciate a little bit better and find that they need to be understood a little more clearly. And it is the infamous cork method. Yes, a cork. You're going to want to get yourself one wine cork. If you do not have access to a wine cork for whatever reason, you can also use just about anything that's of this diameter, like a carrot or a felt pen or something. You want something that's about this big that you're going to bite in between your front teeth to act as a way of training your mouth muscles to work a little bit harder and get your enunciation up. Now, full disclosure, this technique is slightly ridiculous, but it's incredibly effective. I spent many an hour in acting lessons with a cork jammed in between my teeth so I could learn how to enunciate more clearly and be better understood. The cork trick is very easy. What you're going to do is bite on the cork, so it's about 1 centimeter or so, about that much, inside your mouth, like this. And then you're going to speak with the cork in your mouth. And the goal here is not to speak quickly, but to try to speak as clearly as possible. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit difficult to speak very clearly when there is a cork wedged in between your teeth. And what's going to happen is that your mouth muscles and your tongue muscles are going to have to work that much harder to form the words around the cork, which is acting as a barrier in your mouth. This is almost like doing push-ups for enunciation, push-ups for your mouth. Don't read into that. So when you're working with the cork, what I like to do is to take the cork, stick it in between my teeth, and then read something. And tongue twisters work really, really well as a reading exercise for the cork technique because they repeat specific sounds over and over. They're tricky to say, so you get to work on enunciating different kinds of sounds with greater clarity. And it's like this. Ahem. Sister Susie sat on the seashore sewing shirts for sailors. And yes, it's really hard to do this without laughing, but that, said clearly, is Sister Susie sat on the seashore sewing shirts for sailors. So you're working the S sound, the SH sound, and the T sound as well to make it sound really, really clear. Here's one with the R sound. Round and round the rugged rocks, the ragged rascals ran. So with that one, you have to work really hard to make that R sound and the G in the back of the throat. What you find is that you need to exaggerate all of the motions that your lips and your tongue have to make the sound more clearly. So you'll feel with R that it's not R in the front of the mouth, it's R in almost with your tongue moving out to the sides of your teeth to make the sound. When you notice that you're pronouncing the G, you have to really, with the cork in, you have to go rug, G, way in the back of your throat. It's almost like you have to get that G sound going right from the back. With the S or the sh, you find that with the cork in, you really feel how the tongue needs to curl up and the lips need to go together in order to get a good hard sh sound out of your mouth. So basically, every sound that you make, that you want to make, if you want to make it more clear with the cork in, you have to focus on the way your mouth is working, focus on the muscles, and really concentrate on what shapes you need to make in your mouth to get the right sound coming out. It's a ridiculous exercise. Your jaw's going to get sore. You're probably going to drool all over the cork. And you are going to giggle at some point, but really give it a try. Grab a cork, stick it in between your teeth, run through some tongue twisters, and see just how clearly you can pronounce those words. A little quick tip for you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.